Let's go. It's episode 40 of the fAnaticZ podcast. I'm Damien.
Dylan, you already know.
Frank.
And I'm Jack.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. We've got them in the same place at the same time.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Episode 40, man. That's a milestone. That's not 50, so we're not going to celebrate it like it's 50, but we're still going to be pretty happy that we get. Yeah, dude, it's pretty close, and I can't believe that I was able to handle talking football and basketball with you schmucks for so long.
I know, time flies, man.
Dude,
It really does.
We're still on the internet, so.
But yeah, what's popping today, guys? We got some Summer Suns, and what's going on with them?
You know, this summer league, I had a clear picture of what was going to happen. I said in my brain, the Suns are going to go out there, and Malawach is going to be a monster, and Rashard Fleming's going to be a monster. I did not expect Brea to be the story of the Summer Suns. The way he's shooting, dude, is like Steph Curry, bro. I know it's only the summer league, and I know the guys aren't the guys he's going to be guarded by in the real NBA, but we might have something special. And this reminds me of when we drafted Mikal Bridges. Like, it was like, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's not as high of a draft pick as Mikal was, but it's kind of the same, like, feeling I had, like, man, we can have this guy for a long time and build something with him if he can continue to play like that against better comp.
I was going to say, the way he started shooting the ball, outside of yesterday, because he did come down to earth a little bit, but the first two games, he was absolutely unstoppable. And people have already been comparing him, I've heard, mini Clay. I honestly think he could actually, I'd compare him to like a Michael Redd potential, spot up shooter. If we can get him playing solid D, he's going to have a special career.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see a mini Klay Thompson version from Kobe Bryant. I mean, he shot 42% from college, so he's almost automatic. I did see little glimpses of how he can like drive to the basket too, kind of like Klay does too. So it'd be dope if we do get a Klay Thompson Jr. out of him. I mean, I don't know, Malawach and Fleming, they're kind of working projects a little bit. I mean, they're obviously young and rookies, so I expect them to get better once summer league concludes and as the season starts. So I mean, as long as we see progress out of Fleming and Malawach, I mean, still would be a solid day draft out of our GM. So
I would agree with that. And like, I know you guys are kind of in like this like a little bit like a rebuild session. And looking at the past NBA champions, they've seen success off of building their teams and building their talent. And considering you guys getting rid of the pieces, especially with like Bradley Beal that we just found out was moved yesterday and everything, being able to develop that talent and giving them experience right off the bat is going to bode nothing but benefits for you guys going forward. And like, even as you've seen through the talent so far, just like the confidence to shoot the rock, the other things like the playmaking, the limiting turnovers, and the consistency in defense is something that you can always improve on and always work on. But so far, I mean, while it's just summer league and everything, you guys are set up nicely for the first time I can say in a few years.
Yep. I love the way we're set up. And another thing about the way it looks from an overall team perspective is these guys can develop quick and they can develop into good players. Then when Book is on the tail end of this expensive contract, we don't need to go hunting for people to put around him. The people grew around him, and he can now take a lesser role and trust that, we can still get it done. So I like what they did a lot, man. And if we can just get a couple more players, put the little icing around the cake, I think that we could contend again pretty quick. So I'm impressed with Brian Gregory so far, and I'm impressed with the Summer Suns themselves. Just like hearing them talk, like Malawach wants to come in and he wants to be something right away. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's not going to be because that's not how it works. Maybe he can surprise us all, but just the way he's talking to his teammates, the way that he reminds me a lot of a young Giannis before Giannis got all built and not playing wise, but just like attitude wise, like the way he like is just like joyful and happy. You see him like he was the Duke trio. They did a photo shoot and he's making Cooper Flag and them laugh the whole time. You know what I mean? He was just a goofy goofball, but like when he gets on the court, he's barking at his teammates, letting them know, hey, if you're Kobe, he said to Kobe Bryant, bro, if you're cutting, cut. It was my favorite clip of the whole Summer Suns. I'm excited, man.
Well, and the thing is, what's nice is you have a coach that's able to grow with them. You got Jordan Ott, who's not just going to be given a 1 year, show clause like everybody else has gotten the last couple of years. He's going to be given, 2 or 3 years to grow and develop this talent. And then, not only that, besides them drafting well, you bring in guys like Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks that, have the NBA experience already to, especially in Brooks' perspective, when you're trying to change the culture and trying to rebuild your roster with 3-and-D guys, you can't get much better of a defender than Aaron Brooks, in my opinion. He honestly brings we haven't seen this kind of defensive intensity in Phoenix since Raja Bell.
Another thing, piggybacking off what you said with Dylan Brooks, every team needs that like gritty guy that's willing to do the dirty work. I mean, as a Pistons team, we've got Isaiah Stewart, and us in Detroit, we absolutely love that. He gives your team like that bit of toughness, that bit of grit. That's exactly what I see from Dylan Brooks. Jalen Green is going to want to prove everyone wrong, especially the Houston Rockets, because ever since February, his name's been throughout trade talks. He probably feels betrayed from Houston. He's going to want to take that personally. And finally, with Devin Booker, you mentioned earlier at work that he played for, 7 coaches in 10 years, and he still was willing to sign that max and stay with the team. Looking at your leader that's willing to stick through all that stuff and say, hey, I still love this organization. I love Phoenix. I love the city. I love the culture. I love the fans. Your young talent's going to see that, and they're going to look at the leader and they're like, wow, if he was able to stick through all that and still wants to be here, this has got to be something special.
Yeah, Book ain't a runner. Book, man, we went 19 and whatever one season. And then he went to the finals. So I think that that he knows that it's a possibility, and he's not letting himself be beholden to Kevin Durant or Bradley Beal to make him feel comfortable enough that he can contend in this league. And that's kind of the dog in Book that people don't talk about. Is Book thinks he's enough by himself. He knows that. He's already done it. We've seen it happen on the finals team that they were on. Yeah, Chris Paul was there guiding the ship, but Devin Booker was undoubtedly the best player in that series, in our team. And he's averaging 28 points per game in the playoffs. He's not like some slouch. He can get it done if we get there. So
kind of reflecting off of what you said, Dame. You know what position the Suns are right now, or back in right now, under the radar. Kind of what Jalen was saying. That's what we're in right now. Like everybody thinks that we're basically going to be dog shit now. That just like the year that we went to the finals, and that's the way we're liking it right now. That's how us Arizona sports fans like it too, with basically every team we have, because every time we're under the radar, we do good. But once national spotlight hits, we just go to shit. So
that is
back under the radar for the Suns, and that's the way we like it.
Yes, sir.
See, and the nice thing is, like, as great as talent as we did see leave the building in KD and Beal when he was healthy a couple of years ago, the thing that is a lot different that's going to help the Suns ascend to that next level is you have that mentality in the locker room again that it's time to get back to work. It's time to not be, happy with what's right in front of you, but to want to be better. You have that grit back. It's not like, I feel like things got too relaxed with Beal and KD to where guys kind of lost that drive and that grit. But I think we're getting back to that with bringing young, hungry players in here who want to build and learn from Booker and guys like Brooks.
For sure.
I know.
Woo! Sorry. Yeah, no, I think the way I see it is Kevin Durant is it's like, for me, I train in martial arts. And it would be like John Jones or someone coming with me and being on my team and me being like, okay, now they're here. And I'm not going to go against whatever they're doing or saying. They've been to the championship. They know the way. Maybe I wasn't relaxed enough. Maybe that's why we were losing. You know what I mean? You start thinking, okay, this guy's done it and this is how he is. Then let me watch them and prepare like them. And, I feel like sometimes when you look up to someone, you don't want to stop being you, and start taking their characteristics and traits on. You want to continue being who you are. Remember, the Kobe mentality is what you were raised on. Be Kobe, like, if anything, if you can't be Devin, be Kobe. Shit, don't be Kevin Durant.
Exactly, the best version of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think with Chris Paul, he kind of fed into the Chris Paul mannerisms, the Chris Paul preparation, and We see how that got us to the finals because Chris Paul just elevates every franchise, and KD, he supplements every franchise. He gives you more weaponry, but I don't know if he. Well, I can't say that because he elevated Golden State to the championship over LeBron because they wasn't getting there without him.
I see. I agree with that part, but like also when I look at the whole KD to Golden State thing, it was more of like just how talented they were, and like Stephen Curry is one of the best all-around team players of all time, and just the amount of talent they had there. Also, like it didn't work out with him with Kyrie Irving and James Harden over in Brooklyn. The Phoenix experiment failed as soon as Chris Paul left. I mean, like he did decent with OKC. I mean, I do think they'd probably make another finals if Russell Westbrook isn't hurt or if he's not hurt one of those years, but he still has opportunity in 2016 when they were up 3-1 against Golden State. It didn't work out. Like, I'm with you on that. Like, he adds more weaponry and stuff like that, but in terms of like team success, he's yet to prove it besides Golden State.
Right. I just hate saying that because I love KD as a player, but
I love KD too, man. I love Kevin Durant.
Do you guys think?
Sorry, Dill.
How far do you think Houston goes with KD though?
Well, see, this is another Golden State scenario for me. Like that's a good team.
I feel like in their situation right now, you go all in for KD. It's Western Conference Final is the bare minimum. Otherwise, it's failure.
Like healthy. Yes, I agree with that. Like they're right now, they have the second best odds in the West, but like it also depends what happens the rest of the offseason and everything like that too. It depends if San Antonio makes another move or not. Like let's say if Giannis ends up like going somewhere, like if he ends up somewhere, like let's say like San Antonio, the whole
goodness, goodness.
Imagine that, like in the Twin Towers Part 2 and everything.
Yeah. Him and Wemby? My gosh.
Dude, like there's so much in the air. I mean, if like let's say LeBron ends up getting shifted, he somehow ends up in Dallas. Like there's so much up in the air right now. But as it stands right now, if they are healthy, I'm with Frankie with this. Like Western Conference Finals minimum.
Well, the West is so stacked too. So like it's gonna be so hard for Houston to even make it there in the first place too.
Well, then we're still looking for a point guard, and then I heard, through the rumors that at ESPN, by the way, that we are interested in Jonathan Kuminga. So who knows what's going to happen? There's a lot that can happen and will happen between now and October.
Gambo's also saying Chris Paul reunion is unlikely. He keeps shutting it down, but he's also saying that he's interested, but also at the same time shutting it down. Just doesn't see it happening. So it just doesn't make sense.
It's definitely interesting to see him go back and forth, kind of like he's playing devil's advocate on both ends. He's like, well, he's interested, but at the same time, he's like, he's not. So it's just like,
well, he officially announced that it's last year, so it's retirement tour for CP3. So like whoever team he signs with, like, hey, like this is the for sure team I think that we're gonna win a ring with. So
right. But I mean,
if he had 2 years left in the tank, I feel like he would have signed with the Suns by now.
Facts. But listen, I think, are you talking about CP3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just think that we're not going in the CP3 direction. We don't need to win right now. And the average age of the Phoenix Suns right now is 25 years old. So we haven't been that young in years. We were the oldest team in the NBA last year. Like,
and what do you guys? So, question: Summer League guys aside of our main draft picks. I also asked this question on my TikTok to Suns fans out there. What do you guys think of Boogie Ellis's chances of making the team? And he is listed as a point guard, and he's actually done quite well this Summer League. As he can fill the stat sheet up.
I mean, I feel like at this point in time, maybe if like somebody got hurt in the middle of the season and gets called up from the G League, but I just don't see him getting a spot right off the grid when the season starts. But I'm pretty impressed with his performance, though. I'm not gonna ignore that.
I think he gets some minutes for a specific job.
I'm just looking at the fact that I think the Phoenix, as much as we're going to see some of, point book this next season, the Phoenix Suns are a much better team when Booker is playing his true position and we don't have to deal with the point book bullcrap.
think I was pointing that out on our X account a few weeks ago when they were showing our updated depth chart.
So as it stands right now, Colin Gillespie is our starting point guard.
See, and I don't feel good about that, man.
I wouldn't feel good about that either.
And
Like,
the ironic part about this is we haven't had a true starting point guard since ... Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting to see, if the Suns use, because Beal, getting rid of Beal frees up a contract space, right?
yeah.
Getting rid of Beal. We didn't get rid of him. He finessed us. He finessed the crap out of us.
Hey, tens of
I
minutes.
don't care. I'm just relieved that we're not going to be on the show every single week like we were. Bradley Beal out again for a
Right,
toe,
for
a
sure.
knee. Like, so irritating and frustrating and exhausting, dude. Like,
No matter what the situation is, it's a situation that's better that it's ended.
Right. And my thing is, a lot of the things that, as frustrating as it was just to see him not play, and basically, by the way, guys, in his son's tenure, he only played in 106 games. That is absolutely insane to think about when you paid him an immense amount of money. And then what's really, frustrating is, to me, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it looked like he got too comfortable being paid handsomely to, just chill and not be available.
what's his
I think
contract?
that there's a little misconception around that. The second season, the Suns shut him down like 50 games into the season, 53 games into it. He was healthy and able to play, but the Suns were done with him and they wanted to bench him and all this shit, and then they just stopped playing him. So they just shut him down.
I think there's going to be what's going to come out about this whole situation just because looking at both the Suns' farewell post to him as well as Bradley Beal's farewell post, it doesn't seem like there's like much love there whatsoever. And then also like his agent came out today earlier and said like I'm glad like he's going to be like in LA, like an area where like Bradley Beal can be Bradley Beal. So I think that was a little bit like a subtle shot like the Phoenix, like them saying like yeah they didn't utilize him the way he should have.
Well, how can you utilize him the way you should when he's the third option? He's not better than Booker and he's not better than KD. So why would he be able to shoot like he's on Washington Wizards? You got to adjust your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at,
Just didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say like once again like even as an outsider fan like that's why it just frustrates me so much that you guys got rid of Chris Paul and signed Bradley Beal just because
the Bradley Beal signing was probably the worst thing any GM has ever done.
Yes,
like in the NBA. Period. It was just so dumb. Because your star player, right, plays that same position, right, and he doesn't do well when you put him as point guard for the whole season.
And we were
at least as well as he could do. So what? And you have no other plan once this goes bad. Like there was no thought, and he has a no trade clause too, in such an expensive contract. It just didn't make any sense. Nothing about it was good. There was no positives.
It was a lose-lose situation too, and like. What frustrates me too is like looking back at 2024, the West was wide open. Like the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets that year. Dallas ended up making the finals. Can you imagine like if we had the Dallas Mavericks and that Phoenix Suns team matching up for the playoffs? Like it was already a rivalry that was building anyway. Like that would have changed everything.
The first domino that ruined our franchise window was Monty Williams benching Jay Crowder indefinitely for no reason.
Oh my gosh.
That made the locker room turn into what it became eventually because there was at that point the locker room got split in half. You know what I mean? People that were okay with it and people that hated it. And then it transferred on to DeAndre Ayton. Boom, and then it kept going. And then we got Kevin Durant. And then the locker room, there were still whispers of it being sour in there, and then Bradley Beal. And now you see when they're leaving, Booker's throwing a party, and Bill's doing the double villain deuces.
No, I'm just laughing at some.
And people are wondering why the buyout took so long. Well, we found out. I was listening to some radio shows like Gambo and the PHNX podcast or whatever, and they were saying that Bradley Beal had a contract clause that he gave him $13 million in advance on like July 15th or 13th or something. They were just waiting till he got that money so he could get out of here. Which makes sense for him.
Gosh,
he's the MVP of that contract.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw something earlier. He's earned up like this agent's gotten him over like 300 something million throughout his like just like playing career. Like not even like different endorsements or anything like that. Just 300 million just from playing.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. And imagine if he goes to the Clippers and has two good seasons, and they give him a bag.
And it's funny, it just dropped on my phone that the Suns and Warriors have had official talks on Jonathan Kuminga.
Anything official or just talks?
Just talks.
Man, you think the Suns try to trade Bradley Beal for Jonathan Kuminga and stuff, and it just never materialized?
Nobody wants him.
Because Stephen Curry's contract right now, with how much he's earning, it would have made them hard to sign Bradley Beal. So I do think there's like rumors like of Golden State and Phoenix talking at some point. So I can still see them talking for something else, possibly to get Kuminga.
I would love to get. I've been trying to get Jonathan Kuminga on the Suns since he became like even when he was like when they were like, man, he's not available whatsoever. They like him a lot. I was like, we should get Kuminga somehow, man. We got to get Kuminga.
Think about it.
Kuminga.
Those two
players I'm adamant about. I love a style of player like Rory Hachimura, Jonathan Kuminga. That's my favorite type of player right now.
See, and this is where, because I know it's been floated around that, a lot of us on the board, at Arizona Sports Fanatics on Facebook think that Grayson Allen is a prime trade piece. What if this is the move where you see Grayson Allen included in a deal for Jonathan Kuminga?
With Golden State.
Grayson Allen makes a lot of money, so that would help us even more.
Not only that, but it's like each guy gets a fresh start. I think Kuminga could be an absolute monster for us.
Oh,
I feel like we should get Grayson one more shot. Honestly,
I wouldn't
because like him and Kobe Bryant off the bench, bro. You got two lethal sharpshooter scorers coming off the bench.
He is a prime
shit, but I don't know.
Grayson Allen's good, but I feel like if you get the opportunity to get Kuminga, I pull the trigger. Like he was averaging career highs across the board up until his injury last year, and the dude, he's got some insane potential.
Yeah, I would much rather have Jonathan Kuminga than Grayson, just because Jonathan Kuminga can develop into at least a 2-level scorer, a 3-level scorer at max potential, And Grayson Allen shoots threes and plays good defense.
He's basically a 3-and-D, yeah, straight.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Grayson Allen starting to get up there in age a little bit too?
He just looks old. Grayson Allen just looks like an old man. Let's see how old he is.
You ain't Papa's age. You're old. I'm 35. You ain't old until you hit me.
He's 29 years old. He just looks like an old man. He's the salt and pepper stepper.
Damn.
I want to say like 25, 26.
I think he's younger too. But like I know we were talking earlier about like your guys like in the summer league and everything like that, but developing like this is you guys got some shooters coming up. So like if they can develop, they can replace his role for him.
I'm telling you, Kobe Bryant.
I might get a Brea jersey, honestly.
He's
That's
22 years old. He's a baby, dude.
You said 23?
22.
22. Oh, dude, that's why
this man was born in 2002, bro.
That makes perfect. I would pull the trigger if given
2002. God.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Upgrade 7 years from Allen to Kuminga.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, you pull the trigger on that all day. Especially because Golden State's going to be like in a win now mode because Stephen Curry's 36 at this point, 36, 37. Like they're in win now. Like they want to try and get him his 5th ring as much as possible.
Oh my gosh, man, the potential. It's just it
makes sense.
Think about it. We went from a team which had depth issues, length issues, athleticism issues, and then within 6 months, if we get Kuminga, we go to one of the most athletic 3-and-D rosters in the league, and then you cut your age in half.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We are like, I'm not trying to overshoot this already, but just starting to redo things and doing things the right way, like it is very possible that we could be in an OKC situation within 5-6 years.
Okay, so I'm reading a report right now by
Mr. Shams,
Jake Fisher.
Ooh.
From the Stein line. It says the Phoenix Suns are the latest team to express exploratory interest in Kuminga's sign and trade. While it might seem like there's momentum toward a move here, there's a big caveat. The Suns don't have the sort of draft capital or players that Golden State is believed to be seeking in exchange for Kuminga. It's but you know what? Teams say that all the time and then end up making a deal with that team. It's just posturing. They just probably want more than what the Suns are currently offering.
And I know it's like we were talking about this a little bit ago, but it's the same thing with Chris Paul. There's legitimate clips of Kyrie Irving in his last season in Boston saying, "Yeah, I'm re-signing with you guys in the offseason. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going anywhere."
100%.
Fast forward 8 months, and he's signing with Brooklyn. Like, people can say what they want to say, but people lie all the time. So.
I'll tell you 100%.
What. Especially people trying to make business negotiations.
Yes. Yep.
The only guy that has basically been above, pulling a fast one has been Mr. Phoenix, Devin Booker.
Yeah, I mean, he probably thought about it a couple times, though, to be honest. I would if I was him. But
I guess
See, the thing is, I don't think so. He's thinking legacy. I don't think if he leaves Phoenix or goes elsewhere, he has the career, the type of
At this point, it's not. It's a moot point. But I'm saying back in the day, before we got here, he probably thought about it a couple times.
Oh, 100%. He probably got offered a shit ton of money by like Boston or LA.
100%. There's definitely teams that probably came to him under the table, like, bro, come over here, and players that want to play with them and whatnot. But I think it all comes down to what you're talking about. He's the guy here. He's the all-time franchise leading scorer. If he can't win a championship, at least he can be the best player in Suns history.
And get a statue. But also, I just something that's just popped into my head. The similarities about Devin Booker and Kobe Bray, both Kentucky, both essentially 6 men, and then now they're both on the same team. Bray's the hottest, shooter in the entire college basketball world, and now you got both of them on the same team, Mr. Shooter and Mr. I scored 70 points against the Boston Celtics.
Bray said that Book was one of his favorite players and one of the people that he modeled his game after.
Damn, beat me to it by a millisecond.
Gold.
Yeah.
Full circle.
You just sent me back down memory lane when you mentioned that Devin Booker 70-point game. I still remember
dude.
I had like an iPad made that I was just scrolling on, just still getting into NBA around that point. I just remember
that was an awful team. Oh my god!
I remember ESPN shifted over the games Devin Booker when they had 65 at that point or something like that. And I'm like,
that was that team right before Eric Bledsoe went to the barbershop.
Dude, nasty with you guys. I remember playing with them in 2K. Oh my gosh.
Me too, man.
Right now, holy crap.
They were solid on 2K.
They were actually fun fact, when I first started playing 2K it was 2K15 and they were my go-to team.
Oh yeah. I always play with the Suns. I play with Boston too.
Oh, that's OP.
Yeah, he's under the table Boston fan. If it's not for the Suns.
They beat y'all in the finals.
Shut up.
I'm not a Celtics fan either. I'm the short I can be.
Listen, man, it's crazy because I'm like the most interesting basketball fan of all time. I'm gonna clip this because this is some interesting stuff right here. My favorite player of all time is Kobe. My favorite team is the Suns, right? Mm-hmm. I love LeBron James. One of my favorite teams was that 2011 Dallas Maverick team that beat LeBron James.
Wait, bro, what?
Another one of my favorite teams is the Boston Celtics team that was assembled to beat LeBron James. It's a crazy world, right?
And if you think about it,
wow,
that Dallas Mavericks team, that was one of the last times that we will ever see one superstar basically go above and beyond to carry his entire team to a title.
I can't even say that. I can't say that. I love that team so much. Jason Terry was doing all the heavy lifting. Jason Terry was saving them boys' lives out there.
Jason Terry, motherfucking Terry. I remember him.
Jason Terry was
okay. Hey, what school did he go to?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's
I'm just kidding.
South.
I know where he went.
Jason Terry's a baller during that time, though.
Jason Terry was killing it. But you know what? I say all that to say
Wildcat City, baby.
That's the beauty of sports, That's the beauty of sports.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing you just said there was just
Oh,
absolutely wild. Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, I live in Chicago. I'm a diehard of every Chicago team except the Bears. I don't like the Bears. I'm a Packers fan. Love the Bulls, but I think LeBron's the GOAT. Like,
Right? It's like, what the hell? It's a very weird life.
Oh man.
it's funny though.
By the way, another summer league tidbit I want to mention. Have you guys noticed just how all around good Ryan Dunn has looked, both on the offensive and defensive end?
Ryan and Oso.
Dude, yeah, also, dude, freaking double-digit rebounds. I think, what, 2 games now?
Yep. Oso has looked very sharp and just the way he's attacking the rim too, bro. He's looking really good right now.
He's
Like-
an opportunity.
He sees like, oh man, KD's gone. I can get a lot more minutes. But
We
no,
need a power
like,
forward, bro. We need a power
he's
forward.
established himself so far in the summer league, and just it's nice to see because as much as we talk about Bray and Malak being the next guys that are coming in, like you got to remember that Ryan Dunn and Oso are big parts of what we're trying to build too, and they have a lot of potential as well, especially on the defensive end.
Yes, sir. The whole team is locked in for the future.
Well, it's insane how deep we've gotten, just in the last 6 months, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. I see people laughing about what the Suns did and being like, oh, you guys are going to suck now. It's like, dude, Brian Gregory just flipped this thing around. We had no picks. Now we're below the first and second apron. We got some of the mid-level exception to use. But we're doing way better now.
And the thing is, as the years progress, we're going to gain, we're going to get further and further away and have more money to work with. It's just absurd that, just like when you think about it, the two there's been multiple. But what I'm saying, the two major buyouts this NBA season or off season have been Lillard and Beal, and it's wild to think that they signed such team-friendly deals when they're also making a cool 20 mil from their former teams as well.
Paid not to play.
Oh, Mr. Damian Lillard. Speaking of him, coming back to Portland.
Dude, I mean, I'm not obviously you guys know 100% Suns fan here, but just Dame time being in Portland feels right.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's one of those things. Like he should be there for life.
So they trade for DeAndre Ayton, and then DeAndre Ayton dips, but then they get Damian Lillard. What?
Yep.
Makes no sense to me, but whatever.
That's why Damian joked that it was he was waiting for Ayton to leave.
They fleeced Milwaukee. I feel bad for Milwaukee. They gave up so much. We kind of got fleeced in that deal too. We gave up too many camera.
I mean,
now look, they got all the people that they needed, like Scoot Henderson and this nice little young core, and they got Dame back and Milwaukee's 2 first-round pick swaps.
Dude, that first game back is going to be awesome when he comes back in 26 after his Achilles injury.
I just thought of something. Did they buy out Drew Holiday?
Yeah, he's there. He's on the team.
So we're going to have, so Drew Holiday is going to play in Portland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now that Damon's there, he's probably happy.
Yeah.
That's going to be a nice, guard combo.
Be older and stuff like that, but yeah. I mean, the young guys can learn from him, though. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
But, so question for you guys. With just what we've seen from roster construction, top to bottom, how we are roster, how we've looked in the summer league so far, what do you guys think our floor and our ceiling is looking into October already?
I mean, I think our floor is getting smacked around, and our ceiling is the play-in right now.
I was just saying,
the West is so ridiculous.
I wouldn't expect anything more than a play-in at 2.
Are we assuming you guys stay healthy?
Yeah.
Floor, I would say like the 14 seed. I think you guys will still finish above. Someone like Portland still, I don't think will be that great because Dame's going to be out and everything.
Right.
Either them, like the Kings, I think you guys would finish above. Absolute ceiling, though, I would say play-in. I think you guys could sneak in like as a 10 seed, kind of like sneaky in there. But realistically, I would say 11 to 12 is where I see you guys finishing. I'll say 12. That's where I think you guys will be. I think, but with signs of potential, though, like a little bit signs of greatness, like a win streak here or there, you win like 4 games in a row, maybe like 5 or 6 or 5 or 7, or like you take down some big teams with potential to pull an upset against like I don't know, like the Lakers or like a potential like win against like the Celtics or something like that.
Spewing out those Piston vibes. Ugh, 12 seed.
That's so
They were the 60 this year.
But kind of just rolling off what Jack was talking about earlier, I think that if you get a very motivated Jalen Green and you have him and Booker playing together, easily this could be the same kind of surprise that we gave the world in 2021.
No way.
Not trying to mail that in, but I have that belief in Jalen Green.
Like Joe Henry? You believe like Joe Henry?
Yeah. I believe in
Jalen.
I love it.
Love the wrestling dip.
That was good.
Like the wrestling
stages right there.
The Loopers.
Well, shoot.
But
you guys watch the Home Run Derby?
Yeah.
You guys didn't.
Dude, Jazz Chisholm was a joke.
He sucked so bad.
Why were we robbed of
you
Suarez?
guys? Oh my gosh.
Why were we robbed of Suarez competing, but we had to watch Jazz? That's what I don't get.
Our boy Corbin Carroll got a homer in his first All-Star game.
Not only that,
it made me tear up a little bit.
What were you about to say, Dave?
Marte almost had one.
To kind of pony off what you just said, Dylan, you know what's also kind of a milestone about that home run? He is the first Diamondbacks player in history to hit a home run in the All-Star game.
Ever.
Wow.
Yep. And there's a video that D-Backs social media posted. The fan who caught the ball met with Corbin Carroll and gave him the ball himself.
That was
and Corbin in exchange gave him the bat they hit the ball with and signed it. And the cool part about it was he wasn't even a D-back fan. He was a Braves fan.
Oh wow.
So it was such a cool moment in exchange because Corbin didn't have to do that. Well, they didn't have to do that with each other because he was a D-back fan and he did it for a Braves fan. So it was such a cool moment that they did it for each other. So
would have been cooler if he was a D-backs fan.
But
I have less than 2 weeks, I think, until the Diamondbacks are up here. I am definitely going to try to get some tickets for that. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can catch a home run ball. And hopefully Suarez is still playing for us.
Yeah,
I know.
Dude, I love that guy. Did you hear him come out and say he wants to stay here? That would almost literally be a Jalen Green situation. It's like, oh, we're going to trade the guy that says he wants to stay here.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. We're only 47-50, 11 games out in 4th place in the NL West.
We can still
hit the Dodgers. We still have one of the most explosive offenses in the major leagues right now. The only thing I keep preaching every single week that the D-backs need to do before the deadline in a few weeks after the All-Star break is address the pitching. Whether they're on 1-year deals, Breno's cool. It's already improvement. But if they're already on 2-year deals, you're already adding on to next year to an already talented team that we got. You feel me?
And I tell you guys what, I don't know if you did pay attention to the MLB draft, but 14 out of the Diamondbacks' 20 picks were pitchers.
Oh, good.
That needs to be a need.
Not to mention, we have already closed in on inking one of our draft picks, Sawyer Hawks, who was Vanderbilt's closer, who in 45 innings had a 1.60 ERA.
Oh, that's insane.
With 59 strikeouts to 10 walks.
She's a Nolan Ryan prodigy.
So reinforcements are definitely coming, and like Dylan said, maybe we trade off a piece or two, but I still think that the Diamondbacks could be in for the long haul if they don't give up just this second.
Yeah, they gotta stick it out because we're in a little transitional spot. They can't just go full rebuild. They have to just stick it out.
Well, not only that, it's insane to think we are only 3 games under 500 with 17 blown saves. Like,
did we disconnect?
I have no idea if I'll look this up for next week, but just imagine, I'm trying to imagine how many saves this team has blown in the last, 3 to 4 years.
The first thing that we needed to attack is a closer. That's the first thing.
And like I said, Taylor Hawks is definitely, good
That's the guy you want, yeah.
Who was that one guy that Ken Rosenthal was saying that it was very brief? It sparked for a bit, then it got shut down. That we were looking at a closer from I think was it St. Louis?
I don't recall, but
shoot, it was like in our way later back episodes that we did, but I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, closer is a must. But then honestly, the whole bullpen in general, we can't be giving up leads and runs and all that because, like I said, we still have one of the most explosive offenses in the major leagues. And getting rid of Suarez, Naylor, who else was it besides Gallen and Kelly, or was it just those 4?
It was just those 4.
Yeah, so getting rid of Suarez and Naylor, I mean, that's getting rid of the most of the major core to help us win and go that far into the playoffs. If we make it to the wild card.
100%.
I'm cool. So, all due respect to Josh Naylor, I'm glad he's here. He's a great dude, great player. But if anybody is expendable out of those 3, it's Josh Naylor because you can trade him. You can move him for, say, a player and a prospect that we can use now. And then you can slide Pavin Smith over to first base. And then he holds that down the rest of the year, and then hopefully we keep Suarez and at least Kelly.
Yeah, you have nobody at third base, you have nobody at first, so you have holes there. You're gonna be calling up minor league guys. You basically only have Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte. But what doesn't make sense is they just pay Ketel Marte to what, a 6-7 year extension, and he's one of the older.
Sell off the main pieces if you still want to compete with him for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so it makes no sense. You just gave Corbin Carroll a 6-7 year deal, so you lock those 2 together, and now you're going to get rid of Naylor and Suarez when Suarez has been literally carrying the offense the last couple months.
Anytime he steps,
they get rid of?
It would be so stupid to get rid of him, and his defensive ability at third base has been actually a lot better this year. Whatever he did in the offseason to get better at third base has been amazing because losing Christian Walker defensively has kind of been there at first base the whole year. So we at least got better defensively in the infield still. So
who else would you get rid of then if not those 2?
I mean, we're honestly so deep in outfield. I mean, we still haven't seen Drew Jones. I mean, he's been hurt on and off, so I don't know what team will bite on Drew Jones. I mean, Alec Thomas, Jake McCarthy. I mean, there's still plenty of guys that we can unload in the outfield.
Those are getting optioned, bro. Those are getting recalled, optioned up all the time. You know what I mean? They're not nobody's salivating for no Jake McCarthy or Alec Thomas.
A couple of years ago, I remember there was a couple times but.
Yeah,
Randall
Grichuk. Both of them were hotter prospect. Jake McCarthy was a couple years after we were going to championship. We're like, shit, are we going to be able to keep this guy?
Right.
Randall Grichuk would be another solid piece too. The only thing about him is that he can destroy lefties. That's it. But when it comes to right-handed pitches, he just can't do shit with it.
After this season though that he's having, I don't think people are going to be like, ooh.
Well, I mean, and just as we've seen the entire year, we've had our games where the offense can score at will and the pitching can't hold, or you get a great pitching performance and then the offense is dog shit.
Lawler too. I mean, you still got Perdomo at shortstop, but then you would lose a great defensive shortstop.
I was gonna
Again,
say, I feel like Perdomo's in your long-term plans. You cannot get rid of Perdomo.
Yeah, I think there's certain players that they know they're going to keep, and I don't know. I think maybe
that's why they came out and said the guys, it's especially since Gallen is in a contract year. Of course, you would float his name because even given his struggles this entire year, if you can capitalize on his return, you go for it. As much as I love Zach, if you can get a couple like top 20 prospects or a pitcher that you can use right away, I feel like
on Zach Gallen, man. Oh man, what the hell, Frankie?
and plus you still if you unload those guys too, you still have Corbin Burns next year. And like we were pointing out when he first signed with the D-backs. Hold on, but here's the thing. What I was about to point out, he still has an opt-out in his deal after year 2. So after next season, he can be like, yeah, I'm not feeling it, adios, and just go to another team if he wants to and leave it out of his deal early.
Yeah, see, we didn't do well with the aces. I'm getting them locked down.
We can't get aces right.
We can't get aces right. But Zach Gallen is a good ace, and he's
was.
Yeah, I mean he's had a down season. He's like I told you, he's like Clayton Kershaw.
No, there you go. That's better because our World Series run, he was stellar throughout the whole season, and towards September he was shaky. We're like, oh, what's going on with Zach Gallen? Well, he'll get it together, work some things out before his next few starts. Yeah, there you go. And then once postseason hits, dog shit, bro. Beach balls. And after the World Series, it's been more dog shit games than it has been stellar ace games. So
yeah, but he'll still fan 9-10 people in a hurry in certain games. He can still do
Here's my question, guys. Do you think we've already talked about potentially who gets moved and who's been announced in a potentially move? But do you think the Diamondbacks make a play for anybody to improve the team, or do you think they just plan on if they can get something for somebody, they're going to take it?
I think the second option. The Diamondbacks never been a real big splash team. We just don't.
The last time we made a big splash, in my recent memory, was JD Martinez.
True. Dude, that was so long ago.
2017. Call right.
Man.
I miss JD.
Pretty sure JD's still a free agent.
I remember him being a Detroit Tiger for you guys. Isn't that where we got him from? Was from Detroit from you guys?
Yeah. Yep. Letting go of him.
He's a monster anywhere he played. Dude, I tell you what, if I'm able to go to that Tigers game, my goal is to get on the freaking fan cam.
Yeah, let's do a decent shot. They usually put up like the away fans, like we can boo them and stuff. So,
boo me, motherfucker.
So here's my question. So I'm excluding the NL West title. I'm already throwing the flag for the NL West title. So anybody able to research like the current wild card standings heading into the final stretch of the season after All-Star break, since the season's start tomorrow again?
Let me check that, bro.
How far are we from the wild card at the moment? Because that's what I'm focused on for the rest of the season, honestly. If we don't unload our players, that's why I feel like we shouldn't unload, because I feel like because I don't even know. Without me not knowing, I feel like we're close.
I don't think we sell because we are right in that realm of contention still. We are still only 5.5 games back from a wild card spot.
See, that's nothing, bro. So there's no reason to unload our squad. We just need to, again, dress pitching. Can't express that enough. I mean, if you want to add another bat, cool, but
you need pitching.
I don't think,
we don't need bats. We need to improve with the guys that stop the bats.
No.
But no, I feel, call me strange, but depending on how he performs, if they throw him right into minor league ball, we could, I mean, realistically, depending on how desperate our bullpen is, you could see Sawyer Hawks by the end of the year.
I would throw more if I knew more about the Diamondbacks baseball team.
By the way, Diamondbacks news. What a freaking year Ketel Marte has had. He starts out injured. He gets some fan freaking like puts him in an emotional spiral, heckling his mom, and then
That's crazy.
he gets his house robbed.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
not break.
Yeah, he got his house
You didn't hear
broken.
about that?
He was at the start
No,
All-Star
I
game.
didn't hear about that.
Poor
Like-
guy, dude.
And this is a man that literally bleeds Arizona. Like, how could you? Oh,
Poor guy,
people.
dude. Feel awful for him. That's gotta be
Well,
sick.
sheesh.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob. It's like when Mr. Krabs is like, he cried you a sweater of tears, and you killed him.
This get worse for me, man. Wow, hopefully that's the end of it for him.
But
though.
hey, good news, guys. At least when we get back from break, we are playing 2 series at home with the Cardinals and the Astros, and then we get the Pirates and the Tigers.
So Christian Walker is returning to Arizona, huh?
That'll be must-see TV.
Yes, sir. I feel like he'll get a standing ovation.
He deserves one. He stayed a lot longer than I honestly thought he would. And he had big shoes to fill, once Goldie left. And I feel like, he served us well, and he got his payday. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about Seawalk there, Dame?
Huh?
What are your feelings on Seawalk coming back to Chase?
Should have probably better for him than where he's at right now.
I think I should also bet on Christian Walker home run at Chase Field on FanDuel. That's what my senses are telling me.
I mean, it would be.
You think he's gonna come back for him?
Burned by a former player.
Bro, every time somebody comes back to Chase Field against us, they always torch us. That's just how it works out.
Bro, anytime somebody comes back to Arizona in any league, it's a freaking fuck you
We're
guys.
cursed in so
Now.
many ways.
I think what Detroit examples I have of that.
But man, dude.
You just don't ball in Detroit, they're just going to win a championship elsewhere. And that just breaks my heart.
That's how I feel about most of the Suns players and Cardinals. We're gonna
Yeah.
go somewhere and win a title because I couldn't do it there.
The Tigers. And Lions too. Freaking Matt Stafford. The first year he's gone was a Super Bowl. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
So second half prediction, boys. How do you think the Diamondbacks fit into the second run around?
So if we are 5.5 games behind wild card, I feel like we need to go 10 games above 500 for the final stretch to have any chance of advancing.
I feel like last year, you have to at least be above 85 games to be in the conversation. Otherwise, you're pretty much. But like I said, we have this series against St. Louis is big because they are 4 games above us in the wild card standings. So if we can
Damn,
go,
really? Four
can-
stats above us.
what?
I said 4 spots above us.
4 games above us.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
No, I misheard you.
But yeah, no, like if we take care of business with that, we got the Astros coming in, and then we have Pittsburgh. I feel like realistically, those are 3 winnable series, especially considering our offense and firepower.
Yes, sir.
I think they just need to get pitchers, man. I don't think there's anything that wrong with the team. Everything is. We seem to be very competitive. We still seem to be regarded as one of the better teams. Our offense is always just blasting. We have a good offense. I think that part is handled. We just got to get better pitching and make less mistakes. They seem to be making so much stupid mistakes, and little games lost on blown saves and dumb crap like that when we're already winning.
100%.
If you count those, that's 17 games that we could be. Add those 17 games to our record, we're probably winning the pennant in our division. So.
And what's absolutely insane is a couple weeks ago, there was a statistic that the Diamondbacks held a lead in 69 of the first 84 games that they played.
That's insane. That's insane. Like, I know you're gonna lose some of those in general, but wow.
And we enter the All-Star break 3 games under 500.
Yeah,
that is
that's not
absolutely
okay. You
absurd.
can't. No.
We need to get it right and let the venom strike.
I like that.
I like that too.
But yeah, like I feel like the Diamondbacks will make that second half push, and we will slide into the playoffs right in that last week, just like Arizona tends to, under the radar.
As long as you're in, you're in.
Yeah, who cares? Once you get in, that's all we need. That's
What needs to be the motivator? Last season, we were 1 game out sitting on our couch waiting our fate. We cannot have that happen again. Just need to advance and finish business
Yeah,
from
that
there.
was horrible.
See,
that did not work well for us.
think about it. The last 2 times Arizona, in championship situations, were in a win and in situation. We had the Cardinals, who made the playoffs by the skin of their teeth, which is the Super Bowl, and then you have the 2023 Diamondbacks, who ran their way to the World Series. I'm not saying it happens, but offensively, we still have one of the most. We have one of the most, powerful hitting rosters, I believe, still in baseball. We just, like you said, Damien, we have got to get that pitching right, or we are not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think pitching is probably like the most important thing in the MLB. I've been watching a lot of games, and I'm just like, dude, the Pirates are absolutely dog shit, but they have some good pitching, so they can stay in it.
Oh man,
Detroit, another team that I'm sure Jack likes. No, I'm just kidding. Detroit, though, they're the same. Their pitching gets them through a lot. I mean, but they've been heating up though. They got some. They got
a little bit recently though. It's been the late innings that have gotten to us. Like there was looking for the All-Star break, we were up 4-3 entering the 8th. We were in Seattle. They ended up scoring a run. They had the bases loaded with no outs. We ended up escaping that, and just to give up 4 runs in the 9th. Like our
that's fucking funny, dude.
The thing I noticed about the Tigers, every time Tyreek Scooball's on the mound, bro, you guys can never ever give him any run support.
No, he had his worst game of the season just this previous. What was it? Friday.
Yeah, he's had some games this season though, for sure.
That's something ridiculous, like a 5-point-something ERA that game. It was awful.
That's who Corby hit his freaking All-Star home run against.
Actually.
But yeah, no. I think as long as we make at least one move to improve our pitching situation, I feel like the Diamondbacks are players. We sneak in the last week of the season. We get that second wild card spot. And, as Arizona fans know, all we need is a chance.
Facts. All we need is an opportunity to make them pay, and we'll do it.
The Cardinals, the Suns, and the Diamondbacks have all done that. Win, and then we're going to make you pay. We're going to show you what we can do.
Yes, sir.
This whole time.
Well, like I said, we got to take it 1 game at a time. We got to start winning series. We need to close games out. And it all starts.
I'm just kidding. Everybody's screaming fire Tory. I ain't gonna join the train. I don't think we should fire Tory. But yeah, guys, it's episode 40 of the freaking fAnaticZ podcast. If you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, there is links and stuff in the description that you can go and click, tap in with us, tap in with Off the Glass with Jack, and we got your back.
Yes, sir. Make sure you thumbs up the video, share away with your granddaddies and poppies and mamas and everybody in your family. Yeah,
everybody.
And we've been lacking on the subs, so if you guys like what you see, make sure you subscribe. We've been sitting at 54 for a bit, so
love. And also shout out, guys, just giving you a heads up. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and order 4 shirts, and then each of you are gonna be getting a package. We're gonna start rocking.
Oh wow,
shirts.
Nice. Well, thanks, man. That's nice of you.
So,
yeah,
you're growing a day at a time. Love the support. My TikTok is now over 800 followers, so I'm going to start trying to get them over here to us.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
We'll keep rocking what we're doing.
Keep this momentum
Oh
going.
yeah, don't forget to follow Frankie on TikTok too.
Yes, sir.
Frankly,
What is it?
Let's go.
Is it-
All right, I'll try to remember to go in there.